Welcome back to Skippers, presented by Owners Box Fantasy Sports. Today's segment, buy low, sell high targets for your teams in fantasy baseball. Before we get going, shout out our sponsors at Ace Hill. What does Ace Hill have, Jeremy?
Everything.
If you want to drink this weekend in Ontario, drink Ace Hill. Your opening notes.
Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like. Smash that like button. We're back. Buy low, sell high. I got the suit on.
We have a nice argument. Before we get going, we hate each other's picks, so this is going to be very argumentative episode here. So just if you like those, that's what you're going to get all episode here.
Join the Discord. Yeah, further discussion in the Discord after the episode.
Yeah, when we fight about things. So
yeah, if you go in the Discord right now and you ask a question, I will personally answer it. I promise.
You always personally answer it.
I know.
True.
But
usually I'm the one in there, but that's okay. They're still our boys. Someone's buy low. Jeremy, your buy low.
All right, so people are gonna call this. People are gonna call this square pick, blah, 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 but I'm going Juan Soto here. Look, he's in 266 right now. This is a guy who could be the top fantasy baseball player. I'd trade anyone for him except for Tatis right now. Anyone?
Vlad.
Jacob deGrom.
Yes.
That's great.
DeGrom's injury issues are a concern. I feel like he gets pulled every 2 weeks because of something. At one point, he's just going to get pulled, and it's going to be like he's out for the year. And then you're gone. So, I mean, Juan Soto, everything, he's got his highest exit velocity of his career right now. He hit his max exit velocity already. He's got his highest hard hit percentage of his career. His expected batting average is 309.
Did we check his launch angle?
It looked normal to me. He actually is known to have a low launch angle, though.
I know. He was
That's
just crushing everything into the ground early in the season.
Look, it's not like I'm a Juan Soto owner, so I'm a little more sensitive to the subject. Manager. Yeah. Show some respect, right? Yeah. But, man, if this guy just... You want to be on the right side of when he
No shit, he's legit the top 5 player in
but
baseball.
if you trade Vlad, if you have Vlad, you can get Juan Soto right now.
Yeah, but you don't want that.
Probably.
I mean, we're saying that now because of how good Vlad's been. But
Vlad's going to win the Triple Crown.
Hey, Jay, look at me. I'm with you.
Thank you. So I'm going to go Juan Soto. It's obviously a top-end player. You don't see that very often on this show, but hey.
We like to avoid
I almost had him last week. He had a little stint where but he's just been like great on base percentage. For on base percentage leagues, Juan Soto's a no-brainer.
Any residual injury concerns with Juan Soto?
That shoulder seems to always come back, but for the rest of this year, no, I don't see it.
Buy low, Drew.
My buy low, just like last week with Bryce Harper, it's another second-round pick that's really underperforming. It's Manny Machado of the Padres. He's only batting .238 on the season. Only 9 home runs and 6 stolen bases on the year, too. But in the last 8 games, he does have 3 home runs there. And his 93rd hard hit percentile is still up there. His expected batting average and expected slugging is higher than his actual. And, I got to believe Manny Machado's going to bounce back. And the way he's been playing all year, you can probably buy pretty low on him and send, an average player for Manny Machado. And it'll pay off second half of the season
Average player
for
probably
sure.
not just because he's second-round pick, but I one of the few times I don't disagree with your picks.
I do think that I put him as one of the most overrated fantasy players.
True,
in the MLB.
Overrated, sure. Was it fantasy players or just overrated?
It was overall, but he is great defensively.
I think he's not going to hit 240 at the end of this season. I think we can all agree that we don't think Manny Machado is going to hit 230.
No, yeah. His underlying numbers look awesome, and I mean,
so there we agree on one.
Probably hit like 270.
Shout out to us.
But I just don't think he's going to blow up.
Yeah. All right, I'll go into my guy here quickly. Alec Bohm of the Philadelphia Phillies, hitting .229, 312, an ugly 581 OPS, 4 homers, 29 RBIs, a couple stolen bases in there. But there are signs that this sophomore slump is starting to end. Last 2 weeks, he's hitting .324. His expected batting average is up to .274. 74th percentile in sprint speed should lead to a higher batting average in balls in play than his right now .290. 86th percentile in average exit velo, 82nd percentile in max exit velo, and hard hit percentage. Alec Bohm just couldn't hit water if he fell out of boat the first couple months of the season. I think we're going to get Alec Bohm as the good average hitter, maybe a little bit of pop here soon, but you're buying him very low. I think he's a good buy low target.
Yeah, lots of hype coming into the season, and he's been...
We bought into the hype, which sucked.
We did. We fell for it.
We wanted Chris Bryant, but someone named Sandy made us take Alec Bohm.
Could have took Brian Hayes, too.
God damn it, dude. Now he's on our bench.
I don't mind that pick. I mean, the stats, I haven't really took a deep dive. I just know that he's
striking
been
out a lot,
terrible.
but yeah.
Lots of strikeouts.
Look, there's a lot of value there, and you get him at such a cheap price right now.
All right, someone sell high.
Sell high, I am going to go with a youngster in Freddy Peralta, the Brewers. Look, you go on a StatCast, you go on everything. Everything is insane. It's telling you not to sell them, but that's exactly why you sell them. Value is up there. I have two names here. I would get Trevor Rogers for him.
You took one of my names too.
And Sandy, I'm going to say his last name wrong, Alcantara.
Close enough.
Okay. I just think that the innings limits could be a concern. He has these great outings, and then they'll throw him 4 innings, and I'll be like, oh shit, that's a terrible outing. But look, he's been awesome. He's been more than expected. He was
pitching
He was
right
Joe's
undervalued. Yeah.
Which was a great pick. So if you draft him, he was almost a waiver wire guy, was he not?
Yeah.
So he was supposed to be 5th guy. So you already got more than what you need in him.
Yeah, he was a reliever.
Yeah.
And we didn't know if he was going to be a starter coming out of camp, and he's been incredible.
Yeah. Now's the time to flip him for a guy
before
just
the
a
innings
solid
limits
guy.
come in.
Yeah.
But they're also in first place, or they're not in first place anymore. They're up there though, fighting for the division title.
Yes.
In a Roto League, if you've had Freddy Peralta all year and you're doing pretty good in Ks, then I would sell him because he's one of the best K per 9 guys,
Yes.
and that's really most of what he brings, right?
Yep.
Yeah. All right, sell high, Drew.
My sell high has been probably the best player the last week in the MLB, and it's Starling Marte. Last 2 weeks, batting .352, 3 home runs, 5 stolen bases, 13 runs, and 7 RBI. He's just been one of the best hitters in the last month since he came back from injury. But if you look at the underlying stats, he's batting .333 on the season. Compare that to an expected batting average of .279, and he's only a career .288 hitter. So it's not like at age 32 all of a sudden he's adding 50 points to his career batting average. His WOBA is expected WOBA is 40 points higher than his WOBA, and his batting average on balls in play is .390. So he's getting really lucky. He's batting out of his shoes, really, and you can't expect him to play the rest of the season healthy. He always misses time. So he's been looking like one of the top 20, 30 players in fantasy baseball the last month. If you can get an actual top 20, 30 player, I would make that trade.
I like Starling Marte.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think Starling
It
Marte
depends on what
hitting
you can get from
288
him.
is
Yeah.
incredible. What is the league-wide batting
That's
average?
great.
Under 230?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would never draft this guy just because of how high up he gets drafted, but man, this guy doesn't age.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But
He's been good.
injuries are a concern, though. That's why I would almost sell him, is because he seems like he gets injured all the time.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
But it just depends on what you can get for him. So
All right.
I would take another outfielder like Trent Grisham for him.
I would take Trent.
If you can get Castellanos for him.
Which we agree would never
Yeah.
happen.
Possibly. He was
never
drafted
happen.
above Castellanos in every league this year.
Castellanos was so bad last year, though. That's the
Yeah,
only
he
reason.
was. Yeah,
It's true.
All right. This is the one that's going to hurt Jeremy. Selling high, John Means. Does he mean business?
He means business. That's why I'm wearing the suit today.
4-2, 228 ERA, 083 WHIP, 69 strikeouts, 71 innings pitched. I put ERA. Wouldn't be true at all. I feel bad because he's on the IL. This is a guy I've kind of been waiting for a long time. We finally got a little bit of news that he started throwing again this week. But for me, this is from Mike Mayer on Twitter. Over his last 100 plate appearances, John Means has seen his ex-WOBA rise from 239 to 371 in his last 100 plate appearances. This either spells regression or just a small blimp on the radar. This
Or he
year,
was just hurt.
sure. But I'm also worried about the non-use of the foreign substances for John Means when he comes back.
There is video evidence of
He
him.
is the most player
What'd he do?
video
There's
every
like
single game.
John Boy did a video on him, and he was like, he does this turn where he goes like this, and he grabs his hat,
And you see it just sticking to his glove
Yeah.
all the time, too.
like one time it got caught. Like it literally,
On his
oh no,
head?
he does his glove.
Yeah,
does his
he does
glove,
glove.
and it got caught once, and
Yeah,
he
his
could barely
finger's
get
just
it
like
out.
off there. So I'm kind of worried about that, too, with the foreign substances. The IL stuff's a little scary, too. But for me, kind of spells regression, I'm thinking. Obviously, he's been incredible, great pitcher this year, but I think I would take Pablo Lopez or Sandy Alcantara, too. Alcantara. I can't say that either. This year, his FIP is 419, his xFIP is 391. That's pretty high for a FIP, fielding independent pitching, which takes in your walk rates, home runs, hits, all that type of stuff. And then his expected ERA is 369 instead of his real ERA is 228. for an Orioles team where he was their only lifeline, and they've just been depending on him so much. I would want to sell him when he's about to come back from the IL, but as soon as he can right now. Wherever you can, get the most value from him.
You could have got the most definitely after the perfect game when he was on that big hot streak.
Yeah.
But it's still sharp to sell him now when he's still seen as one of the breakout pitchers of the year.
Yeah, that's like obviously his last couple starts before he got injured weren't his best, and Jeremy said that too. And I said yes, I agree. But based on the overall numbers, 4.2, 2.28 ERA, 0.83 WHIP, you're telling me that's an incredible season.
Yeah.
This could potentially be the worst time to sell John Means.
Sure.
The absolute worst time to sell John Means.
Sure. But
Then why are we selling John Means?
But you
Because
should,
I'm saying
if you
I think
can
he's gonna
sell him,
regress.
just sell him. Yeah.
right?
He's had 2 bad starts, and then he goes on the IL, and then we want to sell him.
Fuck him. Sell him.
We'll hear in the comments. John Means. Does John Means mean business?
Or do you want to do business with someone on John Means and get him off your team? That's the question. Little wordy. We'll workshop that one before we put it in the comments. That's all I got. Any closing notes from you?
No. Make sure you sub, like, please.
Join the Discord.
There we go. Drew's in it now. I love that. Shout out Ace Hill. Almost said goodbye without plugging them. Thank you everyone for tuning in. We'll see you next time.